Jordan Fabian is White House correspondent for The Hill. He is in our Washington bureau. Jordan, thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
So Mr. Trump's incoming chief of staff says Mr. Trump accepts the findings that Russia meddled in the election, but we still haven't heard that from Mr. Trump himself. What do you make of that?
Well, I think we have to take Reince Priebus's words with a grain of salt, Elaine. Like you said, Donald Trump has not publicly acknowledged that Russia conducted these hacks on the DNC and John Podesta's emails. In fact, he's gone out of his way to question whether that actually took place. The public statement he put out after the intelligence report, after he received that briefing, didn't definitively say that. So we've seen this issue time and again where something that the president-elect says is different than what his advisors are saying. And I think we're going to have to wait and see whether he says this himself publicly to take this notion that he does accept the findings at face value.
Well, we heard Senator Lindsey Graham calling for more pushback on Russia, but where does that actually fit into Republican priorities for Congress?
Well, I think for senators like Lindsey Graham and John McCain, it's a top priority. Lindsey Graham is working with a group of Democratic senators to craft a new sanctions bill against Russia, and that bill could be released as early as this week. Now, the question is whether Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell decides to move ahead with that kind of legislation. This Russian hacking issue has been a very divisive issue in the Republican conference, in the Senate and the House. And they're going to have to decide whether they want to open this kind of divisive issue with the president-elect so early in Congress or focus on other issues like infrastructure where they might be more on the same page. So this is going to be a top issue, but we'll have to see whether the bill actually receives a vote soon.
And Jordan, what role do you expect questions about Russia to play in confirmation hearings this week?
It's going to play a very important role. Rex Tillerson, Donald Trump's pick to be Secretary of State, is going before the Senate Foreign Relations Committee on Wednesday. Obviously, he's been under scrutiny for his ties to Russia and its leader, Vladimir Putin, from his role as CEO of ExxonMobil. Also going before a confirmation hearing is Donald Trump's pick to be CIA Director, Mike Pompeo. He sat in on the president-elect's briefing on the Russian hacking issue on Friday, so the senators can put him under questioning of what Donald Trump believes and what he believes about Russian hacking. So those are two nominees where this issue with Russia is going to play a major role.
So against that backdrop, Jordan, the Office of Government Ethics is warning that confirmation hearings are moving too fast for the office to vet all of Mr. Trump's cabinet picks. Is there a chance Congress might have to delay some of the hearings?
I think that remains to be seen, but this could be an issue that comes up at some confirmation hearings this week. Reportedly, we've heard 4 nominees have not completed their financial disclosures and submitted them to OGE, the Office of Government Ethics. And what that office does is goes over those financial disclosures, make sure there's no major conflicts of interest. So without that information, there could be some senators asking these nominees questions that are flying blind. So I think it remains to be seen whether the schedule gets changed around. So far, we haven't heard indications of that happening, but it could still be a focal point of those hearings going forward.
Yeah, it's a pretty packed schedule this week. Jordan Fabian, thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.